Hey guys, what's going on? Bloomson here, and welcome back to another video. Now before we get into this video, I want to say two things. First of all, the microphone to me sounds a bit odd. I just got back from holiday, and I don't quite know what's happened, maybe just because I've made a few changes to my headset, but it just sounds odd to me, and I'm going to see if I can maybe mess around with it and change a few things, but until then, I'll have to just wait and see. And the second thing is, yes, I did get back from holiday. In the end, it was amazing, the best holiday I've ever had, and I'm going back to the US next year. All the videos that I wanted to get up didn't actually get up, aside from two, which I just didn't have the time to upload, and I couldn't set my PC to actually upload them after I'd left and, turn the PC off once they were done. There is no feature for that at the moment. It kind of sucks, but, you can't do anything about it. But all the videos that did get up did actually get me past 200 subscribers, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's taken a painful while. But finally we're here, and really it was easier than the first 100. That's weird to say, but yeah, it definitely was. Hopefully then this is the start of a rapid increase, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the future. Speaking of the future as well, the channel may change. Beforehand it's been 3 videos a week. Actually on a schedule with occasional videos in between, but I'm getting into sort of amateur filmmaking and I might not be able to do that anymore. So the point now, it might actually become 2 videos a week minimum, with then more videos, if I want to bring them along and stuff I want to talk about. But again, 2 videos a week minimum of just things that, hey, look, this will make a good video, I'll make it into a video. This is mainly just give myself more time, and occasionally it can get overbogged having 3 videos a week, and it just become too much work for me. So if you haven't left already, I'm finally going to talk about the new operators and the new map in Rainbow Six Siege. Now they released yesterday 2 new operators and the Brazilian Special Forces, the BOPE, and a new map, Favela. Now the new operators are actually pretty good, the first one being Caveira, I believe it's pronounced, who is the defensive operator, and the second one being Capitão, who is of course the attacker. Like I said, these guys are Brazilian Special Forces from the BOPE, that's B-O-P-E. Sounds kind of stupid, but you really don't want to mess with them. They're pretty notorious, and aren't really like a typical police force. They're more, I'd hate to say brutish, but they are more strong-armed than most police forces. But how do they work in-game? Well, Caveira, the defensive operator, has a SPAS 12 shotgun, a SPAS 15 shotgun, and a little SMG. She also then has a pistol that is different to all the others because I believe it has something like 90-95% chance of downing an opponent. At least it seems to be all the time. I have no idea on actual statistics. Her whole ability then is she can actually interrogate people so that they can reveal the position of everyone else on the map. This isn't like a scam, but their icon pops up and actually shows you exactly where they are as they're moving. There's no delay or anything. So if you can get an enemy into the down but not out stage and then just hold the F key above them, she'll interrogate them and bang, you have everyone. You saw the clip at the start of this video. That is the easiest ace I've ever had, and it's by using that interrogate ability. Her selectable ability though is actually a silent step. When you do this, she sort of pulls her pistol out and moves incredibly quietly. You can barely hear it. Unless you'll stand perfectly still listening for the noise, you won't hear it at all. This is extremely effective then if you see a bunch of guys waiting to get in somewhere. You can actually sneak up behind them and get them all and actually interrogate a few of them before anyone even knows where you came from. In the right hand, she is unbelievably powerful, but it just depends on whose hands, of course. 90% of the time people play her wrong. They play her in a way where they just think she's a normal roamer, where you hide somewhere and then catch somebody as they're going to the objective. The way you want to play her is by going at the enemy and sneaking up on them at the very last minute. Now you're probably thinking, oh wait, are her weapons pretty weak, like the pistol and the shotgun or the other SMG? The SMG of course is terrible, they basically always are for this game, but the shotgun, the SPAS 15, is crazy. I believe it's 9 shots, basically as fast as you can pull the trigger. It does so much damage. It's basically identical to the SPAS 12 that Valkyrie has, and then the Super 90 that Frost has. So both of those there, the SPAS 15 and the sidearm, are super powerful, so you really can just go at enemies straight away, but it's a bit of a waste of her abilities then, especially the interrogate, if you just act as a normal roamer and try and catch people all at once, take out a few of them. Like I said, if you wait for them to set up and then sneak up on them, you can get a good couple of kills and have time to interrogate people. When you enter interrogate though, you do go into an animation where you hold them at knife point for a couple of seconds before you finally do kill them, and you can be interrupted in this. I've only ever done it once, and I've never had it done to me. A lot of the time, people just don't notice when someone's been taken down. Now, with a good Valkyrie player, she will be amazing. But the amount of people that put Valkyrie cameras just in the base or in the main room around the objective, thinking, but hang on, we have cameras in the objective then, just stupid. If you want to play Valkyrie well, you've got to throw a camera where you're going to have a great line of sight on the enemy, you can catch them out. I can't believe I have to explain that because I think it would be simple from my point of view. So now, what about Capitão and his crossbow? Yes, crossbow. Well, the crossbow is, it's decent. In general, Capitão himself is still pretty good. The main reason why he's so good though is because he has a 100 round M249 machine gun. Basically meaning that if you think someone's through a wall, you can put 50 rounds through that wall, hit them, and still have 50 rounds left. So you can see how that's a huge ability, and then he has sort of a modern FAL variant as well that isn't as good, but is definitely optional, you can choose for it. But again, the machine gun with 100 rounds and 100 rounds spare as well is just insane. Now, what about his crossbow? Well, the first bolt it can fire, it has 2 incendiary bolts that create a small area of effect that will actually pretty quickly kill enemies, and then he has 2 smoke ones as well. You can hopefully instantly see the abilities of both, in the fact that with the incendiary one, if somebody's hiding in a corner or on a certain box, you can actually shoot an incendiary one, do a bit of damage and get them to move. And then with the smoke one, you can basically use it as a long-range smoke grenade, so that if somebody's at the bottom of the corridor, you can shoot one down there, block all of the line of sight, and then go advance towards them. It sounds great, but after 4 to 6 hours of actually playing, I haven't really had much effect, or seen much effect. A lot of the time, people use the smoke one, and just sort of end up in a stalemate where the guy they're against can't see, and they can't see either, so they just sort of stand there waiting for the smoke to clear. And I've only ever seen 1 kill from the incendiary, and that's when the guy didn't know the area of effect, which is actually really hard to see. But the player who was playing as Capitão with the crossbow was very smart, and I thought they planted the bomb and shot a crossbow directly on the bomb, so anyone trying to disarm it is just going to get burnt and killed. It's actually extremely smart from that side because there's no way enough time. It's actually extremely smart from that side because there's nowhere near enough time to disarm the bomb because the smoke grenade or the incendiary round is actually going to kill you before that happens. Now, Caveira is definitely better than Capitão, but both of them are a lot of fun to use, and if you have the season pass, go up and play right now. Nobody's really playing as them, and you can play a hell of a lot. Both of them, like I said, are a lot of fun, but Caveira can just take over an entire team and just do so well. It's weird though that she is very, very similar to Faust, with the fact that it's all 3 female characters, but I have no problem with, but they all have semi-auto shotguns and are all meant for roaming. Maybe this is just coincidence, but at the same time I sort of feel slightly lazy from Ubisoft, a bit like, you know what, just take this and change it a bit. You know, I just want to see something different, but we only have 1 DLC left. Now to finish up, the new map, Favela, is pretty big. There's so many routes, roaming is amazing. It's actually areas where if you're quick enough you can open a barrier, walk out into the open as a defender and run to another area before you're actually spotted. This means that you can actually change up the entire game, so now that people have to watch their backs when they're outdoors rather than just thinking they're perfectly fine. At the moment, I really haven't learned that much about the map though in terms of paths. I've only played it 3 times, so I know one certain area very well, but the rest of it's a bit of a blur. So, is DLC 3 worth it? Yeah, definitely. It is a lot of fun, and the new operators are actually really good. If you had a choice though between if you're going to get the Faust and Buck operators, or if you're going to get Valkyrie and Blackbeard, or Caveira and Capitão, personally I would go with getting Faust and Blackbeard. I still think those are the 2 best ones that have been added. Caveira is amazing, but she's pretty temperamental. You know, occasionally you can just sort of hide somewhere waiting for me to pass you and they don't appear at all. Or you can get unlucky and someone gets a one-shot headshot just as you're sneaking up on them. Either way, like I said though, all of the operators that I've added in today, the new 2 ones at least, are a lot of fun, and there have been some changes as well, new balancing, anti-cheat, stuff like that, and for some reason they've buffed Pulse, who is now unbelievably powerful. If anyone has an explanation for that, please go and tell me down below in the comments, because I'm clueless about why they need to buff Pulse. If the guy's good enough already, leave him alone. So kind of a long video, but I had a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about. So like I said, maybe 2 videos a week minimum with a bit more. Maybe I'll change it up in terms of games, but not really sure about that. If the whole filmmaking thing doesn't work out, then I'm going to go straight back to the 3 video schedule. Or even if this channel takes off, I'm sticking with the 3 video schedule, because that's the thing I want to focus on. So hopefully you did enjoy. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Blue Monsoon, out.